I know the players are tired of practice, so it's good that the game's getting close.
I heard you out during warm-up shouting "sharp and detailed." Was that kind of the theme of today's practice?
Yeah, this is a Thursday practice for us. I mean, it's at the end of the week. You know, you want the guys to really be focusing in a little bit better, and I think we had a good day.
At the end of the season, you know, both your running backs are kind of dinged up a little bit. How are they coming into this game?
Yeah, we haven't made it yet. We're still probably, I don't know, I'm guessing like, what, 50 hours away from game time, 51-2 or something like that. So we're hoping that we can get both guys into the game healthy. You know, I thought we were there in Ohio State, didn't work out, but that's one of our goals is get 2 running backs to the game healthy. So we'll see what happens.
With all the distractions of bowl situations, I mean, how do you like the focus of your team right now?
It's been good. I think these guys, you know, based on what I'm seeing, they've handled the whole trip well. I think last year's group really did a good job of setting an example how to do things. We told them at the beginning of the year, or month, I mean, just, you know, if you want to know how to handle a bowl game, do what the guys did last year. And you know, credit there to our seniors. They really did a nice job. And I think our older guys this year have really done a good job of helping the younger guys understand what we're supposed to do. And they've enjoyed it. The distractions have been good. I mean, I can't say enough about the hospitality here. It's been absolutely fantastic. And we've never gone to a bad bowl, and I got 3 on my mind right now that we've been to. It's just been tremendous. And this one is over the top. I mean, the committee here has just done a great job, I think, of understand what players like. You know, they've had nice activities, but haven't overburdened them, and the hospitality couldn't be any better. So we just all feel very, very fortunate to be here and very appreciative.
How much did you learn from 7 years ago?
Yeah, you know, I said that yesterday. I really think that was more of where we were at in time, not so much in geographic location. But it's just where we were in time. You know, we weren't ready to handle that type of a month very well, and we didn't. You know, and it showed during the game. The illustration I made yesterday, you know, I mean, 3 defensive offsides. Just I can give you a list of about 10 things, but I'll stop there. But yeah, that's just not representative of any team that's playing in a good bowl game, and you know, so it was an indication that we didn't handle the month well. But like I said, there were about 10 other things that happened in that game that would fit right in there.
Ricky looked like he was moving pretty good out there. Are you worried game-wise, though,
no,
with cuts or nothing?
No, not at all. I mean, you know, he's been practicing for a couple of weeks here, and you know, we've done a lot of high-tempo stuff, and you know, he looks absolutely fine, so I'm not worried about him at all.
You mentioned 50 hours till game time, and you're just trying to kind of get all your guys in healthy. What else could happen if you guys don't have
food poisoning? I don't know anything. You know, somebody get hit by a bus or something like that. But you know, hopefully, I think, you know, I guess my point is I think we're over the toughest part now. So you know, maybe somebody has a flash in their camera tomorrow, picture day or something like that, and you know, something freaky. But I think, you know, the heavy lifting's done now, so that's good.
Kirk, other than just the pure size, can you explain a little bit of what Balaga does so well as an offensive lineman?
Well, yeah, you know, he wasn't as big when he got to us, but he was playing pretty well as a freshman, which is really unusual. And the biggest thing is, you know, he's just he's a guy with a great attitude. He had that coming in. He's very focused, very determined. He's a very aggressive football player, and he's a smart football player. So, you know, he's improved with every year, and yeah, we're just you know, excited he's healthy and ready to go. He's had a tough year this year with injuries, but he's healthy and he's ready to play.
What role do you play with guys like that who are thinking about turning pro? I mean, what's your approach?
You know, we've covered this territory about 6,000 times already, yeah. But you know, we try to give them the most accurate information we can. We've probably surveyed 8 to 10 National Football League teams, and given them that feedback that we received. And you know, and what he needs to do is just kind of weigh it all out and understand there's no guarantees, no matter what he does. And ultimately, he has to do what's best for him. And I think that's true of everybody. All that we ask guys to do on our team is play, you know, be as good a team members as they can. And you know, whenever it comes time for them to leave, you know, we wish everybody the best, obviously.
What will your front 5 look like tomorrow or Tuesday?
Hopefully good, you know. Hopefully good.
The same lineup as finished the season?
I can't remember that far back. We'll see what happens. It's not that, you know. We'll go with the guys who've been practicing well.
How does Dace work back in, though? That gives you an extra...
Yeah, it gives us 6 man, you know, that we feel pretty good about. So, you know, we haven't talked about that yet, but we will tonight or tomorrow. And, you know, I'm sure we'll have some kind of rotation going. But we'll get Dace in the game. He's practiced well. You know, 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks ago, I wasn't sure what was going to happen. But he's continually climbing the mountain. And, you know, he's a little sore after workouts, things like that, but he seems fine. So I think we'll get him in there, and it's good.
Those guys are going to have the academic front.
We're good. Good to go. Yep. I know that officially now. I can say officially with a smile on my face, good to go, and we'll get back at that about 2 weeks from now. And, you know, be fine.
Talk about Carl Klug. Is he a little bit of an unsung hero for your guys? We don't
Yeah.
write about him.
Yeah,
Talk about
I'm glad you really brought that up, Andrew. Because there's two guys. You know, if I was going to single out two guys, and I blew this the other day. I was talking to the Fox people in the pregame. You know, just talking about good stories. You know, we talk in August about we need good stories. Two of the better stories I think we've had. Both been pretty quiet because they're linemen, but Klug and Riley Reef. You know, I think Riley's played as well as any lineman on our football team. Quite frankly, offensive lineman. He really had a tremendous season, and you know, scared to death up in Ames when we had to throw him in there. You know, and you know, I think we had about 3 days to know he was going to be playing that day, and he went in and competed as hard as he could. And you know, a week or two later, we're up in State College, and he's doing the same thing. So. You know, this guy's just played well all season long. He's done it very quietly, but not unappreciated by the staff. And then flipping it over, you know, two of our biggest losses last year on the whole football team were King and Kroll, you know, obviously. And, you know, Carl never started, really. I don't think he started a game prior to this year, and he might have played as well as any of our defensive linemen this year. So, you know, pretty quietly, both those guys have really had great seasons, and you know, that's one of the reasons we're standing here right now. Those are two of the better stories that we've had in quite some time. And again, that's college football. That's what you need to have a good team. And boy, I can't say enough about both those guys.
If you go with that switch a little bit in the O-line, is that as much Riley excelling and taking the tackle mantle?
Yeah. It just, you know, we'll see what happens. You know, we may play him out there. We may play Kyle. You know, the good news is we got three guys we feel pretty good about at tackle, and you know, Dace is off that duty right now. We got three guys I think that, you know, can play good tackle for us. And I think we got three guys at guard right now we feel pretty comfortable with. And, you know, hopefully it's a good situation.
Those guys are going to have their hands full with Derek Morgan up front.
No question. Yeah, anybody who plays against him is going to have a tough day. That guy can play. He's a very good player. And their other guys up front are good too. I mean, these guys are a championship team, but number 91 can go. Yeah, he's a very dangerous player.
Last year, after a lengthy time off, I mean, you guys are still able to establish a physical presence and a great tempo against South Carolina. I mean, how do you define that?
You know, and I'll answer that one by saying this. You know, Big Ten, a lot of Big Ten bashing recently, so I've heard, you know, part of the even internally with us in our league meetings, you know, geez, it's that delay. It didn't seem to affect Penn State or Ohio State the other day. And I think we're still playing in January, and I think we still ended like we have in the past. So I just think all that stuff's so overrated. I think it's more about the mental approach that the team takes, and that's just me personally. I know I'm in the minority, but you know, we had a poor mental approach in 2002, December 2002, and it showed on the field. We had a good one last year. It showed that year too. So I think it's more about that than it is calendar dates and all that kind of thing. You know, I think it's what you do with the dates that you have. And, you know, I'm not saying, you know, I mean, you obviously get in a flow. You know, I understand that, but I think it really gets overplayed like a lot of things. You know, everybody, you know, we all want to have a reason why everything is so bad or so good. You know, and it's not that.
Can you tell from practice